I'm a pirate. Yes. Hey, welcome back. We are here again. We are going to learn something new. We're talking about pirates. So welcome back to this class. Welcome back to this new content. And the idea is that you share a lot of things with me and that you learn something new. Yo ho! So before we go to our new lesson, we are going to watch a short video about the pirate Jack Sparrow. Do you know who Jack Sparrow is? He's maybe one of the most famous pirates of all time. So we are going just to take a look about a short video he has. So just let's play the video. Oh look, it is a pirate flag. It's a pirate flag now. What do you think? He's on a boat. We are going to talk about the past. He was on a ship, but we can't say it is a ship because it is too small. So in this case, we are going to say he was on a boat, okay? And as you can see, he was in the ocean as well. He was in the ocean. He was on a ship. And we are going to check why was he in the ocean. Let's play the video. He's singing like a pirate. Yo ho! Oh, now look at this. He had a map. He had a map, so maybe he's looking for a treasure. What do you think? Ah, look, he's moving the map. Interesting. Look, he's looking for something. Now look. Oh, a compass. He had a compass. He was using a compass as well. And something to drink. So my dears, this was a short practice about the vocabulary that you have learned. Welcome back to this lesson. So as you can see, we are going to work on page 70. But before we read this story, before we read this important story, we are going to learn something new. We are going to do something new. We are going to do something new. So, first let's pay attention and then we are going to come back to this page. So, to understand what we have to do in that page, we have first to learn something new. Because we need this information in order to mark a good progress and to express ourselves in a very good way. So we have vocabulary. So in the previous lessons we took the information about the regular verbs, right? Where you have to add the ed at the end of the verbs. In this case it's going to be different. In this case we are going to learn some verbs that they change their form. So don't get crazy, don't get mad. They are not like the regular verbs that we learned the last week. They are different. So that is why we are going to take this lesson and we are going to learn something new. Mister, what is that? Why are you saying that there are some regular verbs and what is the difference of the others? Okay, the other verbs are called irregular verbs. So we have regular verbs and irregular verbs. We have those two lines, the regular verbs and the irregular verbs. As you can see in your screen, the regular verbs are the ones that we learned last week. They are the ones that we have to add ed at the end. And the irregular verbs are different ones. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what is the difference. So the main difference between regular and irregular verbs is that regular verbs had their past very similar. For example, play, as you can see, play. To change the form to past, we just add ed at the end. So it becomes in played, walked, talked. So that's the difference. But with the irregular verbs that are the ones that we are going to learn today, they change their form. So just pay attention to it because it's very important. Mr. Bo, What are you doing? What are you saying? Don't worry. It's just that you have to try to memorize what verbs change and what others not. To what verbs you have to add ed and to what others not. So this is not difficult. This is very easy. Just let's pay attention to the examples. For example, the irregular verbs, in this case we have sleep. Sleep. You know what sleep is. And sleep is in present, right? But if I want to say that I sleep yesterday or I sleep during the weekend, I'm going to use slept. Slept. So I slept 10 hours yesterday, for example. Or yesterday I slept 10 hours. We have another one. We have find. Find. I need to find something, right? When you are looking for something, you need to find something. I need to find the keys for my door. I need to find my notebook, my English notebook to write. So find is going to change in the past to found. So I found my notebook. I found my shoe. Okay, I found my toy. So that's the idea. Look, it is not difficult. You only need just to memorize it. And finally, the last example is when we use go. Go is very easy to use. I go to the church, I go to the school, I go to my bedroom, I go to the bathroom. That is in present. But if we are going to talk about the past, long time ago, we are going to use went. For example, I went to my grandma's house. I went to a supermarket. I went to the cinema. I went to the living room. I went to my parents' bedroom. So the idea is that don't panic. No, this is not difficult. This is something very easy. I'm going to teach you a way that we can learn this without any difficulty. So just pay attention to the next slide. So now, Mister, how are we going to do that? That's super easy and super simple. This is a way that I used to learn, and this is something that is going to work for you as well. So just come with me and share with me. You are going to take a piece of paper. As you can see, it doesn't matter if it has lines or not. Just take just a piece of paper, a marker or a pen. It doesn't matter, a pencil, a pen or a marker, something to write. And then we are going to do this activity because we are going to learn in a different way. So my dears, as you can see, today in this class we are going to learn 10 irregular verbs. They are not difficult, they are easy, and they have their difference. In black, as you can see in black, we have the verbs in the present form, in the normal form. For example, begin, hide, lose, dig, swim, find, sing, draw, forget, and go. Okay. And in red is the irregular form when they are used in the past. So what are you going to do? In one side of your paper, you are going to write the verb in present. Ta-da! And in the other side, you are going to turn your paper, you are going to turn it around, and in the other side, you are going to write the irregular form. Ta-da! So in this way, we are going to have both forms, in present, begin, and in past, began. Okay? So what you are going to do now, you are going to pause the video and you are going to write the 10 verbs in the present form and in the past form. We are going to use them, and in this way it's going to be easier for you. So just pause the video, write them in your flashcards, and then play the video. So now that you have finished writing all the verbs, we are going to have a short practice. So as you can see, begin is present, began in past, hide, hid, lose, lost, dig, dug, swim, swam, find, found, sing, sang, draw, drew, forget, forgot, go, went. Okay, just remember, try to practice them, try ideas that you repeat in your house, these words. Okay, so now you finished your writing, you finished your practicing. So now you write them in the flashcards. Take your time, as I told you. You must have 10 flashcards, right? Then just leave them there, leave them there. So when you finish your flashcards, take out your notebook and write these examples. I'm going to share with you some examples in order to clarify your mind, because I know that this is a lot of information, but I know that you have the vocabulary to do it. So let's go to the examples. So now the first example that we have is begin, which becomes in began. Okay, so I began to draw a map for a treasure hunt at my house. Remember, this is in past. So I began to draw a map for a treasure hunt at my house. You can read with me this sentence. You can repeat this sentence. Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. I began to draw a map for a treasure hunt at my house. And as you can see in the picture, this little boy was drawing a map about his house. So that's the idea. Now you know how to use it. Now you know what begin or begin is. Okay, let's go to our next example. I'm a pirate. Remember to write in your notebook these examples and to practice them. That's the idea. If you want to draw them, it's okay, because that's better for you. Okay, now we have our next word, that is hide in present. Remember, when your parents hide your toys, when your friends hide your bags, things like that. Okay, so hide becomes in hid. So my parents hid a treasure for me. So that's a surprise, because they hid a treasure for you. So the idea is that you look for the treasure because it is hidden somewhere else. So you have to act like a pirate and look for the treasure that is hidden. So my parents hid a treasure for me. Our next word is find. Find is in present, and in past is found, right? So my brother, that little pirate, he found the treasure first than me. Oh my god, he is so lucky. He found the treasure first than me. How was that possible? But he did it. He found the treasure first than me. So maybe he's going to share the treasure with me. Our next word, easy and simple. We have sink. Okay, in Spanish it is sink, and in past it is sank. Okay, my toy ship sank. Deep in my bathtub. So as you can see, bye bye to my ship. My ship sank deep in the bathtub. That's so sad. I lost my ship. And that is then our next word, lost. In present it is lose. I lose my pencil, I lose my notebook. And in past is lost. Okay, so oh no, they lost their map. They lost their map. So how are they going to find the treasure? What are they going to do? Oh my god, they lost the treasure map. They lost it. That's why they are mad. They are confused. They don't know what to do. They lost their map. Okay, our next word is something that is very funny when you are at the beach, that you like to dig, to play with the sand, but in past is dug. Okay, so my friends dug where the cross was. So dig is something that you like to do when you are at the beach, okay? It's something that you like to do, that you like to play with the sand, and you like to dig with your shovel, right? You like to use your shovel, your small shovel or a big one, and dig. But in past, it is dug, okay? Dug. So my friends dug where the cross was. So maybe they found the treasure and they dug with the shovel. They dug where the cross was. No. Now look, for example, this family, they dug in the beach. Okay, they dug in the beach. So my friends dug where the cross was. Our next word is easy and simple, but let me remind you that you can stop the video whenever you want in order to practice more, okay? So our next word is draw. This is something very easy. We use it all the time because we like to draw our pirates, our dinosaur. So draw in past is drew, okay? Drew. She drew a cross to mark the treasure. Repeat with me. She drew a cross to mark the treasure. And look, in the picture, they are showing us the cross. She drew a cross to mark the treasure. Yes, now forget. Oh my God, I forget my watch because I'm not wearing a watch. So I forget about it. Or where are my glasses? Oh my God, where are my glasses? I forget my glasses. Oh look, I found my glasses. So forget is when you don't remember where something is. Okay, I forget that. And in past is forgot. Okay, forgot. We forgot the shovel to dig, so we have to use our hands. We forgot the shovel to dig. We forgot the shovel to dig. Our next word is swim. This is something that is very easy. I know that you like to swim. It's maybe one of your favorite sports, and I know that you are missing to swim, but swimming is awesome. So swim in past is swam. Okay, swam. I swam for 2 hours. I swam for 2 hours in the pool or in the ocean. I swam for 2 hours. Oh my God, you are an athlete swimming for 2 hours. You swam for 2 hours. And finally, our next and final word is go. Okay, go. So go in past is went. I went to a magic island and I found a pirate's treasure there. Oh my God, this is something big, it's something really important. I went to a magic island and I found a pirate's treasure there. Wow, this is so awesome, so cool. So now that we have learned these new words, we are going to go to the page in the book. So remember, began, hid, lost, dug, swam, found, sank, drew, forgot, and went. Check. Now we are going to check what we learned about the verbs. So as you can see, we have a short reading about finding a treasure, and we have 4 pictures, 4 different pictures. The first thing that you are going to think about is, what are these pictures about? What are they showing to me? What are they doing in the first picture? What are they doing? So as you can see, we are going to try to talk in past. Okay, so they swam because they are 2 men. They swam, there is a treasure too and a ship. So they swam and the ship sank. Okay, the ship sank. In the second picture, we can see that there are 2 men as well. What are they doing? So I think, Mr. Christian, this is what I believe, that they dug the sand and pulled out the treasure. The third picture is about a pirate. It's about a pirate, and this pirate had a map. This pirate had a map next to a rock, and I think he used his shovel to bury the treasure, the treasure chest. And in the last picture, as you can see, next to a chest, and there is a ship that was sank. So I don't know what you have to do. Just try to guess what is the order. What is number 1, what is number 2, what is number 3, and what is number 4, right? So now I'm going to play this story. I'm going to play it, and in that way they are going to show us what is the correct order, okay? Remember, what is number 1, what is number 2, 3, and 4. Listen.
We began our hunt for the treasure, followed the map and dug for hours. Under the sand we found the chest of gold and jewels and treasure. Long ago a pirate hid it, drew a map to help him find it, went away and soon forgot it, so he lost his treasure. X marks the spot for the treasure. X marks the spot for the treasure. X marks the spot for the treasure, lost and now discovered. We found another treasure in a shipwreck, use a submersible to find it, dive way deep down underwater for our sunken treasure. Long ago the ship and cargo sank below the ocean's waves, and all the sailors swam to safety, but they lost their treasure. X marks the spot for the treasure. X marks the spot for the treasure. X marks the spot for the treasure, lost and now discovered.
So as you can see, they sang a pirate song about the treasures. They were talking about 2 treasures. So they were singing about 2 different treasures, and they help us to identify what is number 1, what is number 2, number 3, and number 4. So I'm going to help you a little bit with this reading. We began our hunt for the treasure, followed the map and dug for hours. Under the sand we found a chest of gold and jewels and treasure. So I will say that they are talking about they dug for hours. Are they digging here? No, they swam. This could be possible. Here now he's hiding the treasure, and here is a submersible. So I will say that number 1 is this one. Let me put it here. Yes. Now let's go for number 2. Long time ago, a pirate hid it, drew a map to help him find it, went away and soon forgot it, so he lost his treasure. So they are talking only about one pirate that hid his treasure. So one more time, what are they doing here? No, are they hiding something? No, they're not in this one. So yes, you are right. Number 2 is about the lonely pirate with the map and the shovel. Now let's go to number 3. What do you think is number 3? We found another treasure in a shipwreck, used a submersible to find it, dive way deep under the water for our sunken treasure. So it says that it is under the water. So in this one they are at the same level of the water, but here it looks that they are under the water. So I will say that number 3 is this one. And finally, long ago, the ship and cargo sank below the ocean's waves, and all the sailors swam to safety, but they lost their treasure. So as you can see, our last picture is number 4. I will put the number there, and now we are going to check if we are right or if we are wrong. Let's check. And as you can see, we are correct. You are magic, you have magical powers, you did right, you are so awesome. You are great students, because as you can see, you guessed all the pictures in the correct order. Excellent. So now, what are we going to do? What are you going to do? I want you to do something very easy and very simple. You are going to read again the story, and I want you to underline the verbs that we learned. Remember, we learned 10 verbs, so you are going to underline them. Pause the video, use your book, and underline the 10 verbs that we learned in the previous video, okay, in the previous part. So I'm going to give you an example in the first part of the story. So we began, and in the previous video, in the previous lesson, began was one of the words that we learned, so I'm going to underline it. Then we have our hunt for the treasure, follow the map, and dug for hours. There is another word here, another new word. I'm going to underline it. For hours, under the sound, we found. You see, found. Remember to use your flashcards. Remember to use your flashcards in order to remember what the words are. Okay, so remember to use your flashcards. We found a chest of gold and jewels and treasure. So now you are going to continue with the reading, and you are going to continue underlining the verbs in past that we learned. Pause the video. So right now that you have finished underlining the ideas, you can play the song one more time if you want to sing it. And when you finish to sing the song, you are going to come to this part in your book, and you are going to use the same colors for the verbs. So for example, you are going to match each verb with its regular past in simple form. So remember, these flashcards are going to help you. So you are going to look for the present form, and you are going to match it to the past form. So for example, I'm going to go to begin, I'm going to circle begin with a color, and I'm going to go to began and circle it with the same color, right? Or you can draw lines. And now we are going to do this super fast. So began, as I told you, with the flashcards. Dig, dug. Remember to express your words. Draw, drew. Excellent. Find, found. That's right. Forget, forgot. Yes. Go, went. Oh my God, what is went? Where is it? It's up here. Hide, hid, boost, lost, sink, sank, and swim, and swam. So now we are going to check, and let's check. They are all green, so because they are correct. That's the idea. In your book, they have to be like this, okay? They have to be the same colors for these same verbs. You are awesome. Okay, my dears, this was our first lesson of the day. You already finished. You know new verbs. Remember that they have to change. And also at the end, following these stories, You are going to tell me which treasure hunt would you like to join and why. Maybe you would like to join this treasure hunt where you have to dug, where you have to dig, or the second one when you have to go in a submersible and look for the treasure under the water. Draw one of these ideas in your notebook, and then in the class you are going to show that picture to us. You are going to show what you drew to us. So to finish this video, we are going to do this super fast. Remember, begin, began, hid, lost, dug, swam, found, sank, drew, forgot, and went. So my dear pirates, bye bye. Yo ho!